the Minnesota Vikings, man, they're in a very peculiar spot. Like I think this has been one of the more underrated storylines for me about what they want to do at quarterback because they obviously Sam Darnold's no longer there. You have J.J. McCarthy who tore the ACL last year. That is now that is not still kind of in limbo and still not quite ready yet because he tore the ACL during the preseason last year, so he still wouldn't be ready yet. So it's still something they're still kind of skittish about leaning on him to be the starter, which makes sense. Which now leads to Aaron Rodgers possibly being the guy to be the replacement in Minnesota. At this juncture, at this stage, are you buying into Aaron Rodgers as a starting quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings? If you're a Vikings fan,
I mean, if I'm a if I'm a fan of the Brett Favre character arc or something like that, then cool, by all means, go for it. But I'm just not. I'm not buying that either, man. I mean, if the Vikings do it, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, Aaron Rodgers will literally be at that point Brett Favre's clone at that point, uh, which is beyond strange. Um, don't know either. Cause Aaron Rodgers up there with age. He just came back from Achilles injury as well. Glad he's back and healthy, but I mean, he's not that bad man that Stephen A. Smith have once said before. He's well past that. He's well past outstanding. He's well done. Hell, there's no red in the middle. There's just all straight brown. It's tough. You gotta, you gotta really
God,
put your form. You really gotta put your,
damn.
yeah, bro. You really gotta put the knife into it, bro. That's how cooked it is, man. There ain't no steak sauce to, you know what I'm saying? Take, they ain't no A1 sauce,
Ain't
ain't
no,
no none of that,
ain't
bro.
no,
It's done.
ain't no Heinz 57 for the boy.
No Hines, no none of that, bro. It's just that done. It's that done. So I mean, it's more so pick your poison. Honestly, I was more so a fan of they better off just keeping Sam Darnold since he had a great 1 year. Since he had a great year with the Vikings, so why not run it back again? Since he know the system, which I thought that move was questionable. But Sam Darnold wanted his bread. Me, I'm not paying him 100 million. I'm sorry, I can't do it.
Hey, look, hey, look, hey, look. Hey, look, hey, what my secretary said in that one person can't do it, can't win with him. Don't
Can't
do
won't
it.
nope. I
Don't
refuse.
do it.
I
I refuse.
refuse.
But
I
like,
rebuke.
here's the thing. And you think about even the Daniel Jones move they made at the end of last year. That move was made with this in mind, and the hope was Daniel Jones would be willing to stay in a solid situation. You have Jordan Addison, you got Justin Jefferson. You know what I'm saying? You got a solid offensive coordinator. You got a solid offensive minded head coach. They built up this nice system. You can play here for a year, possibly, boost up your stock. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be advantageous for everybody. But ultimately, we are looking to go back to JJ McCarthy. And I think Daniel Jones wanted more stability with the ability with the chance to be the starter and have a chance to really, have a real chance to really spin his wheels and earn a starting job for I guess for a longer period of time, which is why he chose the Indianapolis Colts, which knowing their quarterback situation makes sense when you're trying to debate whether you want to compete for a job, whether you want to just be competing for a job to just ultimately have to give it back, or you actually have a chance to take said job and move forward with it. Because the Colts are in a very weird situation with Anthony Richardson right now at quarterback. Um, Aaron Rodgers seems like he may be the best option they have. There aren't a lot of great free agent quarterbacks out there right now. The only other guy I can think of, bro, like literally, I think you would have to go back to like Kirk Cousins, damn near. Like
Ah, yeah, yeah,
that's kind
yeah,
of where
yeah.
you're at. Like I think like do I just give Aaron Rodgers a year? Is Aaron Rodgers okay for being given a year to possibly run the ship, to possibly get things going? But I mean, Aaron Rodgers doesn't have that many years left in his career. I think they're gonna have to be some concessions made for each side. Aaron can't be upset if that team decides they want to pull the plug and bring in JJ McCarthy to finish out the year. Um, the main thing is for him, he's just got to play high level football, and this will be the offense to be able to do it in, I believe. I don't know. I think this is where they're at. I think they should probably go ahead and pull the trigger on it. I don't think there's any need to I don't think there's any need to just kind of wait and debate it because McCarthy just simply won't be physically ready for the season. Like he'll just be getting ready by the time the season starts. I don't know if I want that to be my starting quarterback where he hasn't had time to reach to truly train and get acclimated back into the game. Now there's gonna be plenty of moments where I'm gonna try to get JJ McCarthy out there on the field and try to get him some reps and get him on like a quick little pitch count or try to see if we can get him back. Like if he's back by the preseason, then yes, I want to try to work him in as quickly as possible, try to see if we can get him acclimated to the game. But ultimately, I got to roll with another guy for right now, for the time being, just so we can have a chance to compete.
McCarthy was the first round pick, right?
He was indeed, I believe, he was a top 10 pick, if I'm not mistaken.
Ew. I mean, oh well.
Yeah, no, that's why. Hey, look, hey,
Ew.
we thinking the same thing because as soon as they said that, I'm like, oh,
Yeah. Ew.
okay,
All right.
okay,
All right.
hey, all
If you
right,
like it, I
all
love it. Yeah,
right.
you like it, I love it, man.
I'm telling
Um.
you, man.
All right. So, yeah, yeah, he's yeah. McCarthy had to work his way back on out there. If I'm McConnell, he has a good system. I mean, his system's pretty good. Hell, he had Hell, his system had Josh Dobbs hooping. Remember in that little stint with the Vikings? Yeah, he had Josh Dobbs hooping.
Josh
And he got
Dobbs was
help fresh
going
off the plane.
crazy.
Yeah,
Dobbs
fresh
was
off the
going
plane.
crazy, bro.
Fresh off the plane, bro. Fresh off the plane. So I mean, and hell, maybe Aaron Rodgers can't hoop in that system. Aaron Rodgers does have the habit of getting coaches fired though as well. So tread lightly, would you? Pick your poison. That's all I really say with the Vikings, man. Pick your poison
Yeah, but
lightly.
it's but it's the reason why I believe it wouldn't be a bad deal to make because that Aaron Rodgers is dead and gone now. That Aaron Rodgers that could get you fired, that can make all these demands at the front office, he can't do that no more. Brother, you will take these pennies that we're gonna give you, and you will like it, brother. You ain't there ain't I ain't trying to hear nothing from you other than show up to work, go home, and show back up to work. That's all we need. That's all we need to see from you, big dog. That's all we need. That's all we got. You be back in the division where you're familiar with everyone. So I think the familiarity for Aaron Rodgers would be a good thing if you're gonna be picking a situation that isn't necessarily the greatest for you in terms of long term. This is a good short term fix I think for everyone. I believe Rodgers. I probably still believes Aaron Rodgers still has ounce of elite talent left in his body. And I know it just didn't go. I hope it just didn't just go away. I mean, we've seen it happen with guys in the past. We've seen it happen with guys like Peyton Manning, where they just got zapped. They just got zapped, and all the elite talent just left their body. You know what I'm saying? You see it with guys like Phillip Rivers and Drew Brees at the end. I hope he isn't there yet. I'm hoping that he was just coming off of an Achilles injury. He is still older. He maybe needed more time to get back to himself. Like think about it. None of the guys, Aaron Rodgers didn't perform well after his Achilles injury, and neither did Kirk Cousins. Like these are two guys that are older quarterbacks. Maybe they need just another year, fully removed, fully back into training mode, and not rehabbing, and maybe we see something different. I still want to believe that Aaron Rodgers has it somewhere deep inside. No, did
And hey, if you believe so, I got me. I mean, unless he, I want to see. I want him to prove me wrong. I want him to prove me wrong here. Me, I don't think Aaron Rodgers got it no more. But I think the best. Hell, what they go 13-3%? What they went 13-3 with Sam Darnold. I mean, maybe they'll go like 11-6 or something like that. 11-6 or 12-5, maybe. That's what I can see. The North NFC, no, yeah, NFC, no shit. NFC North is tough now. Packers gonna get better. Lions gonna get better. Bears, I don't know. We don't know much about the Bears. So I mean, it's not a tough division. So I mean, I guess bring Aaron Rodgers in because he knows the division. He knows the opponents. He's familiar with the opponents. That's the only thing I can think of. That's the only thing I can think of. I mean, that's really the final thing I can say. I mean, break it in because he's familiar with the division. That's really it. But than that, I just either roll with McCarthy or hey, wait for the next few classes and roll the dice again with another quarterback. These next few draft classes gonna have great quarterbacks coming out. So
That this is also very true, and McCarthy is younger. McCarthy is on the younger is on the younger side of things, so it's not impossible to just wait on JJ McCarthy to figure things out. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like it's completely impossible. It's just people, impatience, simply impatient. But I think right now with McCarthy coming off of an injury, you kind of just gotta wait. You kind of just gotta wait your turn. You can still try. You can still work him back and train him up and get him right. And hopefully, by the time he gets his opportunity, he can see the game better than how he would have saw it, early on. Because I don't know if I ever thought McCarthy was going to be great early anyway. That wasn't what I never